Hello YouTube, my name is Stacy. I'm known here as Flighty Rambler, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel today. I'm going to be doing an art journal with me project, and I'm going to be choosing to use this Smash book. It's full of some other projects that are half completed, mostly completed, all completed, and I'm just going to choose a page that is mostly blank. I have a selection here of tissue papers and napkins, and sometimes having too much choice is too much, so I'm just going to be looking through and finding something that kind of matches the color of the background page. And I'm looking through these blue ones here, and it turns out this one is the winner chicken dinner. I'm going to use collage glue to glue it down, but look, I'm out of collage glue. So I'm going to take some Mod Podge of the matte variety and water it down. I'm going to take a bit of collage glue on my fingers and pull the plies apart, and saving the extra plies to stamp on later for some homemade tissue papers. It's almost a perfect fit if I tear it in half, and then it's just a simple matter of applying the collage glue down and patting the tissue paper down. I like texture, so I'm not trying to make it a smooth. And then I'm going to put a layer of collage glue on top, and you can see almost right away I tear it. Like, really, it doesn't matter though, because this is all going to be covered up with a lot of layers. So I'm just going to keep working on getting this paper down. I'm looking for some page protectors, and I'm just going to put those behind my project so I don't glue my pages together. I noticed in the spiral bound book I did end up adding paint and glue to the spirals, which makes it more difficult to open each of the spreads. So a word to the wise, try to protect the spiral bound books as best you can. But this is just for me, so I don't really care if it's messy or not. Once the glue is down, it's going to take a while for me to dry it off, and when I come back, I'll tear off the excess at the bottom and use that to fill in the sides of the right-hand page that don't have any tissue on it. And of course, I'll use some of those, the offcut there to fix some of the holes at the bottom. Really, I'm just wasting time here. I'm a little not sure of what I want to do next. After I've dried the project, I'm going to get some gesso and a palette knife and just apply some random scrapes of gesso. You'll notice I swap out my background papers because the color of the pink and yellow are distracting me and really drawing my interest more than the page itself. So I swap it out for some white, and then I realize, hey, the white is too clean. I already have some messy pages, so I go ahead and swap out the clean pages for ones I've already used as backdrops. Once I've got the gesso down and dry, I'm going to choose two colors, some really bold colors, neon purple and neon yellow. I'm going to start with the purple and then just splotch it here and there and drag it with that same palette knife, and then I'll do the same with the yellow. first thing I'm going to do after the neon paints have dried is to take this geometric square stencil and some gesso and sponge a pattern through to kind of break up the color and create some more interest. Then I'm going to take a selection of mark making tools that I've collected through my years of mixed media fun and pull out a few things that I feel I want to play with today. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take black and white acrylic paint and just play with these mark making tools over and over until I'm happy with what I see. Sometimes it's a matter of when to stop. I tend to keep going until I have such a beautiful background that honestly I get stuck on what to do after. These brayers with the texture on them are so much fun. I can't even remember where I got them, but I'm sure glad I picked them up when I did. I feel there's a lot of round shapes, so I want to add some more straight lines. I'm going to take the brayer with the chevron pattern and run that up the left and right sides of my pages. And then I'm going to take this, I don't even know what this was. I think it was some packaging from something from the dollar store. And I'm just going to use some black paint some pieces on it and try to add some more straight lines. The next layer is some stamping. I wanted to add some numbers, and I'm looking through my collection of ink pads, and I'm foregoing the distress inks because they are water soluble and I didn't want to have to seal the layer after I was done. I've been collecting some StazOn ink pads, and I'm really happy with them because they are permanent and won't run or smear if I add some wet media over top. Now that the background is complete, I'm torn on what to do with it. Do I want to enhance those big black circles? Do I want to fill them in? Do I want to block them out? There's a lot of ways I could have gone with this, but I decided to pause and take some pens and do some scribble journaling and clear my head. I'm starting with a Sarasa black felt tip pen, and I'll choose a couple of different pens and a pencil, and I'm just scribble journaling. It's not meant to be legible. I'm just pouring out my thoughts and wondering where I'm going to take this page. So for this page, I decide to blast a sentiment to myself. I decide I needed a lesson and this is going to be it. So I take a white piece of cardstock and use my ruler to draw out some lines so I can get the scale of the words that I want. I'm going to start by sketching out the phrase, and then I will take a couple of pens and go over each of the lines so they're nice and bold. Next, I'm going to take a pair of scissors and just simply cut out the words. I'm going to make them individual. And then I'm going to look at it on my page, trying to see if I like the scale. I'm kind of putting them where I want for placement. And then once I'm happy with that, I'm going to take Tim Holtz's distressing tool and I'm going to go ahead and rough up all the edges. Once the edges are roughed up, I'm going to take some black acrylic paint with a sponge and a cosmetic sponge, and I'm going to ink up all the edges. Once the edges are inked, I'm taking Eileen's tacky glue and I'm going to just start placing the sentiment down. I'll keep working with the words until I am liking how they're placed. I'll add a bit of extra glue because there wasn't enough on the first pass. I'm not quite done yet. I'm going to take my collection of acrylic inks, they're mostly neons, as well as a black and a white, and I'm going to add splats. I felt that I needed some splats on this piece. So I'm taking the rainbow of colors and going to town making splats. When I get to the black, I'm going to pause before cleaning off my brush and use the excess paint to add more marks. And unfortunately, I did not record the part where I added marks with the white acrylic ink, but you'll see it in the final shots. And that's it for this project. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.